back with us on the C Morning Show. In this internet era where information is easily accessible and often overwhelming, yes, the ability to think critically is more crucial than ever before. So critical thinking is a skill that can be developed and improved with practice, and it is super essential in many areas of life, including education, work, as well as personal decision making.
Very much so. And the importance of critical thinking has led our guests here today to create a free educational platform in helping individuals to make better decisions, successfully convince others, differentiate between hoaxes and credible news, very important, and also structure our arguments well.
Yes, so let's delve into this topic. Joining us here in the studio, the COO of Latih Logika, Kedung, Soejaya. Good morning, Kedung.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for being here. So what is critical thinking?
So basically, the short answer, because our brain have two systems, right? System 1 and System 2. System 1 is actually where our brain has to process information very fast.
Yes.
Because in average, a regular people has to process up more than 70 gigabytes of information every single day.
Oh, wow.
And it's equivalent to 16 full length of movies.
Wow.
What?
16 full
Yes.
lengths.
Per day?
Per day.
Okay, so that's one part of our brain. We need to
Yeah.
process it that quickly.
Yeah, and it's definitely a lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, therefore our brain naturally has to process it very quick, and it definitely involves a lot of biases.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what we call System 1. Yeah. And then System 2 is actually when the brain says, stop, wait a minute, and asking questions. Like, hey, is this information is accurate?
Right.
Yeah, is this what I really need?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then those questions will lead us to a better judgment and better decision. And that's what we actually call critical thinking.
So the System 2 is actually the part that we need to activate more.
Yeah.
Does it come naturally, or do we have to dig in and to actually practice this System 2 in our brains?
It depends. I mean, like, naturally, our brain, again, because the information is a lot, then we have to process it really fast. So it involves a lot of biases, right? But if we practice our System 2 to become System 1 over time,
Right.
yeah, then it will increase and improve our critical thinking as a human being.
What are the ways that we can do to improve our skills?
It's actually asking more questions.
Just asking more questions.
Just as simply as asking more questions. Right? I mean, like, if you see information from social media,
Yeah.
or from the news, from everything, from the advertising,
Yes.
right? Ask to yourself, is it true? Is it right? Who is the source? Is it reliable? Will it bring certain advantage to the source, or is it like based on specific data? Yeah. So basically, asking more questions will definitely improve your critical thinking.
What do you say?
That easy.
What do you say to people who are like, oh gosh, this is horrible. This is like too much thinking. It's like too many steps. It's like, I just can't do it. Because a lot of people do that, right? It's like, you ask too many questions. You know?
Yeah, and then I mean, like, also the reading, the full article.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, like, it's wasting my time. A lot of that, right? So it's basically if more and more people, understand how critical thinking can improve not only the way of their thinking but their life.
How?
Yeah.
What is the advantage?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, again, beside the data, every single day, an average human being is making a lot of decisions.
Yes.
Up to 35,000 decisions.
35,000.
35,000.
Life is made of decisions.
And it's based on a research, right? I mean, like, and imagine if most of it is a wrong decision, it will be quite chaotic, right?
Yes.
It's as simply as whether you want to buy something or like using shirts or which way to go. I mean, like, luckily, currently, we got help from technology, right?
Yes.
But I mean, like, from making the right decisions, it will definitely improve your life. And I mean, like, and most importantly, because currently is the election year,
Yes.
yeah, if
Yes.
we vote the wrong candidate, it will make you suffer for the next 5 years.
That's a very, very strong example.
Yeah.
But speaking of asking questions and critical thinking and actually practicing, you know who asks the most questions, or probably the most absurd questions, are little children.
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
Right? So how can we ensure that these little children who probably have their critical thinking minds,
Yeah, already.
yes, already from a very young age, who overwhelm their parents sometimes, can actually keep their critical thinking ability until they grow up? Because when do we actually stop using our critical minds or our system too?
Yeah, it's actually growing up, you know, like when children experience more things. And I think the most important thing is basically when they go to school and also when they go back at home. Yeah, whether the family, you know, encourage them to ask more questions or just, you know, as simply as shutting them up.
Yes.
Also the teachers, right? If both of the ecosystem providing them like a situation that enables them to ask more questions, and the more the question, like a better question, like the more the system 2 will become the system 1.
Yes.
So it's
automatic.
Yeah, automatically. Yeah.
How is the system in our society from your point of view?
Yeah, it's actually we got the data that quite viral recently about the average IQ score
Of Indonesian?
of Indonesian people.
Yeah.
It's quite sad actually. It's the lowest compared to other Southeast Asian countries.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think that's more and more reason why we have to teach critical thinking to our youth, our kids. Yeah, because they are our next
generation who's
right?
going to run the world. Oh, I mean, run Indonesia, and then probably also eventually run the world with other world leaders, right?
Definitely.
So how do you teach critical thinking then? Because you mentioned earlier, you know, there is this task as parents and also as teachers. So it means that we have to teach critical thinking to ensure that our future generations are able to compete with other beings from other countries.
Yeah.
So even adults who probably cannot make best decisions of their lives.
Of course,
Life is filled with decisions.
Yeah, so that's actually where Latih Logika put in place. Because at that time, it's around 2018, 2019, and hoaxes, you know, like spreading very fast.
Even until now, it's still pretty bad.
You know, and people like easily spreading to their social media, especially, you know, like to their groups.
Yes.
And then we ask ourselves, what can we do about it?
Yes.
And then the idea is how to make like a very simple video, easy and accessible, and put it on YouTube.
Right.
And hopefully people will see it, learn from it, and making a better decision based on that video. So basically that's the reason why we create Latih Logika.
Right, and this is the latihlogika.com website.
Yeah.
And one of the methods that you use to teach is actually through games.
Yeah.
Why through games? I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, like, who doesn't love to play games, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, it's because it's interesting. I mean, like, while you, if you say that, oh, you have to improve your critical thinking by reading, maybe like 50%.
Or probably.
Or this thing already.
And then I love how the first thing that we saw or what we read was, nggak mau jadi korban kebohongan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? You don't want to be
Yeah.
the victim of lies. You don't
Yeah.
want to make bad decisions. I mean, it's something very close to our lives. I mean,
Yes.
sometimes when we think critical thinking, we think about, wow, it's about learning, it's about studying, it's about school, about
Yeah.
scholars. But no, it's as simple as don't be easily be deceived.
Yes, yes. So these are the two games that you provide on
Yeah.
your website here,
Yeah.
Bad News and Harmony Square. So which one should I choose, do you think?
I think bad news.
Bad news,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, bad news because it's more related with social media.
Yes.
What's the difference between bad news and the harmony?
So it's quite similar. It's actually simulates how fake news are spreading.
Okay.
So it's
So like, for example, here, let's play
Yeah.
the game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So just-
bad news, membuat kekacauan dengan berita palsu sehebat apa kamu. Okay, this is basically on how to differentiate which one is real and which one is not real information.
yes.
And then we'll start, okay?
Yeah, start.
Okay.
And it's actually from the other point of view. So it's from the point of view of the hoax
Maker.
Yeah, maker.
Oh, really?
Hi, kamu siapa?
Yeah, so this is the hoax maker, right? The hoax
Yeah.
maker is tempting us
Yeah.
to believe in hoaxes. So there are two statements here. One says hello, and the other one is, hey, who are you? So how do we play this then?
Okay, so let me check. Okay, let's.
Play again.
Okay.
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 So, kamu mau jadi badai disinformasi dan berita palsu kan? So, you want to be the storm of disinformation and hoaxes, right? And then we have two choices here. Yes, that's correct. What?
Yeah.
So,
So it's actually like a questions, right?
it is a question.
That we have to answer every single time.
Correct.
And it may improve our critical
Yeah.
thinking.
So here, I would actually say, what?
What? Yeah.
Right? Disinformation has many aspects, and not only distributing fake news. Please don't be confused. You will understand eventually.
Yeah.
And then the only answer is okay. And then what is the next challenge that the hoax maker is trying to say to us? Are you frustrated? Yes, I'm sure we've all experienced frustration. So, because you're frustrated, you can start by tweeting something nasty.
Yeah.
So there are two options here. Do you want to tweet something nasty, or do you question it, right?
Yeah. So actually, let's start from the write something nasty because it's from the point of view of the hoax maker.
Okay, and then we click.
Okay.
So this is like the sample of a tweet that is nasty, which is like, the government has failed completely, change it, resign. And then?
Yeah. I mean, like usually,
Yeah.
a regular people will, like respond to it, because the statement is quite provoking, right?
Right, right. It is
Yeah.
provoking.
It's
yeah.
one of the character of hoax.
Yes, correct.
It's usually provoking people emotionally
Yes, that's correct.
because it invites a reaction.
Correct, correct.
So the news can spread even faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
happens? What happens?
Yeah. So we can write a tweet. So
Yeah.
there's also a couple of options that we need to take.
Right, what's going on here?
So, so basically, because the statement is quite,
Provocative.
quite provocative and quite simple, and we're being asked about our response.
Yes.
And to see whether our followers see our response. So let's say we're going to choose like, oh, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Now, by then, because the response is just okay, meaning like the people is not, getting emotional
Right.
towards the tweet. So
Right.
it's just stop there.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but if you continue, like it will be an endless conversation.
Right.
And that's how the hoax is actually spread.
I see.
Yeah, and these two games is actually created in Netherlands. And the owner of the games is actually who owns the method. So it's basically all based on research.
Based on research
Wow.
and scientifically proven as well.
Scientifically
Cool.
proven.
Because sometimes when people post things on social media,
Yeah.
they sometimes also seek for attention.
Yeah.
To gain the followers.
Followers.
Just like what has been chatting with us
Yeah.
earlier.
Yes, yes. So when we teach or try to teach critical thinking, each person has different learning methods, right?
Yeah.
Some people are just like, that's why you have this game
Games,
to
yeah.
help people to learn. Some people like theory, some
Yeah.
people just like
Yeah.
doing practice immediately.
Yeah.
So how do you teach these different learners?
Okay, so I think Latih Logika, because we just launched these games last year, while we founded Latih Logika around 2018, 2019. At that time, I think because YouTube is very popular and a lot of people, like looking for content in YouTube.
Yes, yes.
So that's why we started in YouTube. So we created 12 videos, with duration of like 4 to 7 minutes. Yeah, and it's very easy to understand. Yeah, because we don't want to be like very boring, right?
Yeah.
How was the feedback like back then and now?
And it's quite surprising because it's very simple. Teachers in our schools asking their students to watch the videos,
that's great.
even asking the students to,
Make
reports.
Make reports
Yeah,
from the videos they watch
Exactly.
from Latih Logika.
exactly.
From this, you have the video, the courses, the games, and now what will you be providing? Are you planning on providing any other future
These
games?
are the videos.
And is it all free of charge?
Yeah, everything is free of charge. Of course, it's free of charge. Because it's our social mission, right? Because this video is, maybe now people can see it's a little bit longer because the behavior of people consuming videos is also changing.
Yes.
This is like around 5 minutes,
Yes.
while currently like 1 minute. It's the best duration,
For the
and put it
attention span.
and also put it in other social media platforms. Yeah.
To reach especially the younger audience who are probably using social media with shorter duration like TikTok and so on.
Yeah.
Right? So this is one of the examples of the videos that you can access probably if you're an educator or you are in an educating role, whether you're parents, aunties, uncles, grandma, grandpa. You want to teach your kids or the young generation critical thinking. This is one of the websites that you can go to, which is latihlogika.com. See, this is like the most basic video. Apa itu berpikir kritis? What is critical thinking? Why is it important? It is definitely very, very important, especially if you want to excel in life. Thank you so much, Kedung.
Yeah, thank you very
And
much
success
as
to
well for
this.
inviting me this morning.
Yes, and Marissa and also the viewers, we are next set up for another commercial break, but stay with us because when we return, we will be bringing you the world headlines on the C Morning Show.